Imagine everything you know, every star, every planet, every heartbeat suddenly disappearing. No light, no sound, not even the concept of nothing, just absence. Yet, somehow, from that infinite emptiness, existence was born. Not by chance, not by accident, but through a delicate, invisible balance that keeps reality from tearing itself apart. The universe shouldn't exist, and yet it does. Why? What invisible hands hold everything together? In the deepest silence before time began, chaos waited. Then, in less than a heartbeat, energy exploded outward, expanding faster than imagination. The Big Bang wasn't an explosion in space, it was the birth of space itself. With it came for invisible forces, for guardians of balance that would define everything to come. If even one of them had been slightly different, the stars would never have formed. Atoms would never have existed, and you would never have opened your eyes to wonder why. The universe breathes through laws we cannot see, but constantly feel. Every falling apple, every flash of lightning, every beat of your heart is a quiet whisper of these four forces: gravity, electromagnetism, the strong nuclear force, and the weak nuclear force. Together, they weave the cosmic fabric, keeping chaos in check. Gravity, gentle yet unstoppable. It's the weakest of all forces, but its reach is infinite. It sculpts the paths of planets and bends the very fabric of time. Imagine space as an ocean of invisible threads, curving around every speck of matter. Wherever there is mass, space bends, and that bending becomes motion. You drop a stone, it falls, not because Earth pulls it, but because the planet's mass warps the space around it. The stone simply follows the curve. Without gravity, the universe would be a storm of scattered particles, drifting endlessly. No stars, no galaxies, no home. Gravity is the sculptor that shaped the first stars from dust, the hand that ignited the heavens. It brought chaos into harmony, giving the universe structure. Yet if gravity were any stronger, everything would collapse into black holes. Any weaker, and nothing would ever form. It walks the razor's edge between creation and collapse. Balance so perfect that it feels almost intentional. But gravity alone couldn't create the beauty we see. There needed to be light. There needed to be interaction. That's where electromagnetism entered the force of illumination, motion, and life. Every ray of sunlight, every glow of a star, every spark that powers. Our world each is born from the dance of electric and magnetic fields. It binds atoms together, lets light travel, and carries information through the void. While gravity shapes the grand architecture of the cosmos, electromagnetism paints it with color. It's what lets atoms form molecules, lets our nerves transmit signals, lets us see and feel. It is both artist and messenger. Without it, the universe would be a silent sculpture, beautiful but lifeless. Deep inside atoms, however, a different drama unfolds. Within the heart of every nucleus lies an impossible tension, positively charged protons repelling each other, trying to break apart, but something even stronger keeps them. Bound, the strong nuclear force. It is the mightiest force in the universe, yet it works only at unimaginably small distances, like an invisible glue. It binds protons and neutrons so tightly that matter itself can exist. If the strong force were slightly weaker, the universe would crumble into dust. If slightly stronger, it would freeze into uniformitynal stars. No chemistry, no life. But it is tuned perfectly, allowing atoms to fuse in the hearts of stars, forging heavier elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron. Every breath you take, every atom in your body was once part of that fiery alchemy. You are, in the most literal sense, a child of the strong force of fragment, of starlight held together by ancient nuclear fire. As stars burn, they perform the universe's oldest ritual, transformation. And transformation is where the fourth force enters, the weak nuclear force. Despite its name, it is the silent engine that powers change. It allows particles to decay, to evolve, to transmute. Without it, the sun would go dark, and the story of life would end before it began. The weak force allows protons to turn into neutrons, releasing the energy that fuels every sunrise. Think about this: every ray of sunlight that touches your skin is a message sent from nuclear reactions, billions of kilometers away, powered by the weak force. The same invisible interaction that warms your face also shapes the balance of the cosmos. It's the quiet rhythm of decay and rebirth that never stops. Now pause for a moment. Imagine the perfection of this balance, for forces each vastly different, in strength and scale, working together in harmony so exact that even a fractional change would erase everything. Gravity holds, electromagnetism connects, the strong force binds, and the weak force transforms. Together, they compose the music of existence, a cosmic symphony that has played unbroken for nearly 14 billion years. But why? Why should these numbers, these constants, align so perfectly? Science calls it fine-tuning, the idea that the laws of physics seem deliberately arranged for the emergence of complexity, even life. If the gravitational constant were a little different, stars would die too fast or never form. If electromagnetism varied slightly, atoms couldn't bind. If the strong or weak forces shifted by a fraction, chemistry would vanish. Yet here we are, in the narrow zone where balance makes awareness possible. Time itself seems designed to carry that awareness forward. Gravity bends it, electromagnetism illuminates it. The nuclear forces shape its story. Everything is motion, vibration, transformation. Even now, as you listen, atoms within you shift and spin, echoing the same cosmic laws that birthed the stars. You are not standing in the universe. You are the universe made conscious through its own forces. The deeper we look, the more impossible it seems. The four forces didn't just make the universe work, they made it beautiful. They made it stable enough for matter, dynamic enough for energy, and delicate enough for thought. A universe without gravity would be shapeless. Without electromagnetism, it would be dark. Without the strong force, it would be empty. Without the weak force, it would be frozen. So why does the universe exist? Maybe because balance demanded to be born? Because symmetry sought expression? Because nothingness, left alone, realized that something was inevitable? The universe exists because imbalance was impossible. It exists because these four forces found harmony, and in that harmony, existence found meaning. So here we stand, in a universe that shouldn't even exist. Yet here it is, perfectly balanced, impossibly fragile, and astonishingly precise. Have you ever thought, what if gravity was just a little weaker? Not much. Not even 1%. Just slightly weaker, and stars would never have formed. No sun, no earth. No you, no me. Just a dark, empty void expanding endlessly, without ever giving birth to light? And what if it was a bit stronger? The entire universe would have collapsed back on itself. A cosmic suicide before even taking its first breath. That's how delicate the balance is. Everything, every planet, every atom, every moment you've ever lived depends on the universe walking this razor's edge of perfection. Scientists call this fine-tuning, a concept so mysterious that even Einstein once said, "The most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible." Because when you look deeper, you realize the universe is not random. It's orchestrated. Every rule, every number, every law exists like notes in a cosmic symphony. And the four forces, they are the musicians, each one playing its own rhythm, its own melody, but always in harmony with the others. Gravity, the bass, deep, slow, pulling everything together. Electromagnetism, the strings, vibrant, sharp, connecting energy and light. The strong force, the drums, powerful, binding everything at the core. The weak force, the whispering flute, quiet but essential, allowing stars to live, die, and recycle their elements, so that one day those same atoms could become you. It's not chaos, it's choreography, a cosmic dance between creation and destruction. And yet, the biggest question still stands. Why? Why does the universe even exist at all? Why are these forces exactly the way they are? Why are the numbers behind them so perfect that even the smallest change would erase everything we know? If the strong force were weaker by just hydrogen, the most basic element, would never fuse. No stars, no galaxies, no life. If the weak force were slightly stronger, stars would burn out in moments. If electromagnetism were off by the tiniest bit, atoms would never hold together. We live inside a universe that is too perfect to be random. Some scientists call it coincidence. Others call it destiny, and some whisper that maybe there's something beyond physics, something orchestrating the balance. When you look at galaxies billions of light years away, you're not just looking at light, you're looking at time. Because that light began its journey before the Earth even existed. Every photon is a messenger from the past, telling you that the universe remembers everything, every heartbeat, every supernova, every atom that has ever existed, is part of a story written across the stars. But maybe the real mystery isn't why the universe exists. Maybe it's why you exist within it. Think about it. You are made of stardust, literally. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in your lungs. We're all forged inside dying stars. When a massive star explodes, it scatters its ashes across space. And from those ashes, new worlds form. And one of them became Earth. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, conscious of itself. When you look up at the night sky, you're not staring into emptiness. You're looking into your own origin story. You are part of the same equations, the same energy, the same forces that hold galaxies together. It's almost poetic. The universe needed 4 fundamental forces to exist, but it needed you to understand them. Without consciousness, the universe would just be, but it would never know that it exists. You are that awareness. You are the moment the cosmos opened its eyes and saw itself. And maybe that's the answer. Maybe the universe exists so that it could experience itself through you. Every choice you make, every discovery, every thought ripples through space and time because you are made of it, and it responds to you. When you think about that, suddenly everything feels connected. The stars, the atoms, the equations, they're not just scientific facts. They're evidence of something profound, something alive in the very structure of reality. And maybe that's why balance matters so much, because balance is what allows existence to continue. Too much chaos, everything falls apart. Too much order, nothing ever changes. But in the space between, in the perfect tension between these 4 forces, life finds a way. From the first hydrogen atom to the complex patterns of human thought, it's all balance. And the day that balance breaks, the universe, as we know it, ends. But here's the twist. Scientists believe that balance won't last forever. One day, gravity will lose its war against dark energy. Galaxies will drift apart. Stars will fade. Even atoms will break down. They call it the heat death of the universe. A time when everything becomes so spread out, so balanced, that nothing can ever happen again. No motion, no light, no life. A universe in perfect equilibrium, but perfectly dead. Yet maybe even that isn't the end, because the same laws that brought everything into existence once could do it again. Another spark, another big bang, another chance for the universe to wake up and ask again, why do I exist? And somewhere, in some future world, another being might look up at their sky, feel the same wonder, and whisper the same question, never realizing that you once asked it to. Because curiosity is the heartbeat of the cosmos. The same curiosity that made you press play on this video is the same energy that created the stars. So next time you look at the night sky, don't just see stars, see stories. See yourself. See the question that defines existence? Why does the universe exist? Maybe because without it, there'd be no one to ask. If this journey made you look at the universe differently, then remember, this is only the beginning. There are still secrets hidden in the fabric of reality, waiting for curious minds like yours to uncover them. So subscribe to Beyond Universe, and let's keep exploring the impossible together. Because the more we understand the universe, the more we understand ourselves,